Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Commonwealth Conference Baseball. Lynn Tech taking on Essex. Essex has now come into the Commonwealth Conference League. I think last year might have been the first year. So right off the bat, Tech was supposed to have a game against Mattignon last week, and there was a mix-up in the schedule. They were supposed to play Cristo Rey, and Cristo Rey dumped their program. And they made up with Mattignon, but Mattignon agreed to play, but then Mattignon didn't realize they had scheduled another game as well. So they had to cancel it. They're going to make it up coming up on Monday. So this is actually the first game that Tech will be playing. Ben Compton, the center fielder for Essex, will lead it off against John Ortega on the mound for Lynn Tech. Foul and out of play. Just past the Tech dugout. So 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss. So Ortega quickly jumps on top of Compton, the center fielder, 2 strikes. Chop towards third. Big hop for the third baseman. They got to hurry. Safe at first. He beat it out for a base hit. High chop at the third. Compton gets an extra step being left-handed. And he just beat the throw by the third baseman, Giordano. And another lefty, Jack Christensen, the second baseman, will be the hitter. This is the second game for Essex. They played Greater Lawrence and lost that one, so they're looking for their first win of the season. The runner takes off, gets a good jump, and steals second base easily. So right off the bat, Essex has a runner in scoring position. And the pitch missed for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Pop behind third base. It's going to bounce foul. Just slice foul. That would have been trouble. Hit foul past third base. Actually, I misread the first pitch. I thought he called it a ball. He called it a strike. So it's no balls and 2 strikes is the count to Christensen, the second baseman. Essex trying to get on the board first with a runner at second and nobody out here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss. Ortega gets his first strikeout of the season. Chased the high pitch. Swung right through it. Chris Mesta, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Solid shot, big hop for the shortstop. Diaz said thank you for that big Sunday hop. Master hit the first pitch, hit it solid, but hit it right at the shortstop for the second out of the inning. Jake Granada, the left fielder, is the hitter. The infield hit and the stolen base put Compton at second base. A strikeout and a ground out has kept him there. Chop right back to the mound. Easy play for Ortega. Over to Cuevas for the out. So the leadoff hit, stolen base, doesn't do any damage. Essex is down in the top of the first. Hit the third out.
I did. I hit it again.
Hit it again.
Thank you.
So the hit, stolen base, doesn't do any damage. Ortega gets out of it easily. And Tech will have a chance to get on the board first against R.J. Palazzola, who's on the mound for Essex. For Tech, it'll be Jared Moore, the center fielder, leading off. The shortstop, Jordani Diaz, will bat second. Pitching and batting third, John Ortega. Kenny Moore, the right fielder, will hit in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth and playing first base, Edward Cuevas. The second baseman, Chris Tejada, will hit number 7. It'll be the Whitcomb family batting 7th and 8th. Bryce Whitcomb, the left fielder, hits 7th. Nathan, the catcher, will hit 8th. And the third baseman, Dominic Giordano, will hit in the number 9 spot. For a change, it's a nice day here at Frazier Field. The last couple of games we've done, St. Mary's and Classical, has been bitterly cold. The Classical game was damp and rainy, and finally called with 2 outs in the 7th inning because the weather was so bad and the rain started to come really hard. Freezing cold the first St. Mary's game. Everybody bundling up. Not as bundled up. Still no shorts and T-shirts yet, but a little better than it's been for a while. And it's going to keep fluctuating again, I guess. Saturday, this being Thursday, Saturday is going to be up in the 70s, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we're going to be back to having rain and cold and damp. And maybe we'll finally get to some decent weather. Spring, they say, has sprung, but I think it's sprung a leak. Jared Moore, the center fielder, will lead it off. Fishing down and away for a ball. Line to the center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So both teams get a leadoff hit. Essex hit was stuck at second base. Jordani Diaz, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Discussion between the first baseman, McManus, and the pitcher, Palazzola. Still haven't fixed the backstop yet. The screen behind the plate is totally broken. It got blown away, and the runner takes off. Got a good pitch to run on, way down in the turf. So both teams do the same: base hits, stolen bases, and both teams have had a scoring runner in position. Essex with nobody out. Now Tech duplicates it. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. Off the catcher, that's going to move the runner over to third. Down and away. The wild pitch will move Moore into scoring position at third base. 90 feet away from getting Tech on the board first. And it's only the top of the first, but Essex brings their infield in. And pitching from the stretch with the runner at third. And that's ball 4. Diaz draws a walk, and we expect him to go to second base almost immediately. The pitcher, John Ortega, has a chance to help himself here. Taking off. They threw it to the shortstop. I'm not sure why. Diaz winds up at second base, so it's second and third with nobody out. They had the infield in with the runner at third, but they moved back a little bit with second and third. Pop foul back up in the seats. He kind of tomahawked that one. It was up and in. Hit solidly to center field, going back over the shoulder, making the nice catch. Runner at second didn't tag, runner at third did. Ortega hit that a ton. Center fielder Clinton made a nice play over the shoulder. Ortega helps himself, gets the first RBI. Diaz is still at second base for Kenny Moore, the right fielder. Swing and a miss. Low for a ball. Action again, still going on at Manning Field, track and field over there now. Pitch was up and away, kind of chopped at it and fouled it down the first base side. And the count is 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Big hop for the shortstop. They throw Moore out at first. Diaz moves over to third. Edward Cuevas, the first baseman, will try to bring him in with 2 outs. In for a strike. Hit foul back. And the count goes 0-2. Way up and in for a ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Tech gets on the board. The RBI fly after a hit and a walk, a couple of stolen bases. Ortega helps himself with the RBI. We played the first inning for Lynn Tech baseball starting the season out, and it's Lynn Tech 1, Essex nothing at the end of 1. First pitch is hit right to the shortstop. Bobbles slightly, stays with it. Nice play by Diaz. They throw Collins, the third baseman, out at first base. So one pitch, one out. Dan Master, the catcher. His brother Chris is the shortstop. Hit in the air, that's going to go foul and out of play up in the seats. Good pitch for a strike on the corner. Quickly, it's 0-2. Down and in for a ball. That one pushed Master off the plate, way inside. The count evens at 2. Down and away. So he had him 2 strikes. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or put him on. Wide for a ball, so he loses him. Sam Vero, the DH, he's hitting for the pitcher, Palazzolo. Another lefty hitter for Essex. They got a couple. In for a strike. Off the catcher's glove, that's going to move the runner to second. He may think about going to third. So the pass ball moves him over to second base. Hit in the air right to the second baseman. Master almost drifted too far off second base. Just a little love tap, pop for the second out. Brendan McManus, the first baseman, another lefty. So again, it's 2 outs and a runner at second for Essex. Hitting the stolen base in the first with nobody out. A walk on the stolen base with 1 out. But now they get the pop-up. High again for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. Good pitch on the corner for a strike. And we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. Hit foul off towards the dugout, hit to the screen just before it got to the Tech dugout. We'll do it again at 2-2. Strike 3 called. He looked at that pitch right down the middle. So once again, Essex gets a runner as far as second base. And it gets stranded again. A strikeout in each of the first 2 innings. We'll move into the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. For Lynn Tech, Chris Tejada, Bruce, and Nathan Whitcomb to face R.J. Palazzola, who will be starting his second inning of work. Again, it looks like a little city over at Manning Field with all those people running around with the truck. Did she hit the out again?
No, they changed it to 1-1, but I don't know how to fix it.
When the third out is made, you have to hit
There
it
it is, I
again.
fixed it. Figured it out.
You got it?
I did.
But you haven't got the 0 up in the second inning yet.
Okay.
So hit the out again. No, it didn't work.
Alright, so
So now I don't know. The only thing you do now is,
can we go to the next inning?
yeah, that won't do it. The only way you can do it is to shut it off
You fix it?
and start over again, and then go 1, 2, 3 out in the first, and then do it.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Put it back on. Okay, now go 1, 2, 3 out. Hit it again.
I did.
And I don't know. I don't know why it's not coming up. Chris Tejada, the second baseman, will lead it off. Tech leading at 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Swing and a miss. Threw it in on his hands. Swung right through it. Hit up the middle. It's going to go off the second baseman's glove. Made a nice play to get to it. Second baseman Christensen, he wouldn't have had a play. Tejada was going to beat it for a base hit anyway.
Nobody told me how to figure this out, so we're working as we go.
High for a ball. Great pitch to run on. The ball was down. Nice block by the catcher, Master, but nowhere near in time to how to steal second base. In for a strike. Slicing the other way. Just foul. Just slice foul. Even though you put the 1 in, you still have to hit the 3 out.
I did. I'm doing that now, but now I have to figure out how to get over to the next inning.
That's the 3 outs are supposed to get you there.
It's not going. I already did the 3 outs. Now it wants to do the score on the next one.
Missing for a ball. The runner takes off for third. In with the stolen base. Tech running early in the game. Would have been a close play. I think he was safe anyway, but the ball went off the third baseman's glove. So Bryce Whitcomb has a chance for an RBI here, adding to the 1-0 lead. Down and in for ball 4. And it'll be Nathan Whitcomb, the catcher. And I would assume that we'll see Bryce immediately go to second base. Infield is shortened up on the left side. Second baseman's back normal. First baseman holding the runner. Top of the order, Jared Moore on deck. Hit slowly on the ground to short. They only have one play. Now they don't make any play. Master took a look. The runner at third, he was off the bag. He was worried about the runner from third going. He bluffed him back a little bit. So the fielder's choice. Whitcomb had second base stolen. And this is not the top of the order. I forgot Tech is not using the DH. They're only using 9 players. This is Dominic Giordano, the third baseman. So 3 on with nobody out for the Tigers. Up and away for a ball. Way high for a ball. Three over the count. And that's ball 4. Giordano draws a walk. He'll get an RBI the easy way. Tejada, who led off with a base hit, walks in.
I don't know how to change the inning. He doesn't know how either. I'm already out. Yeah, it won't change. I'm hitting +1 and it won't.
Low for a ball.
Can you just give me my number and have him call me?
High and tight for a ball.
He's calling me back.
Yeah, see, the only thing I knew was
I figured out how to do that, but I just
you
can't
put
get.
the 1 in,
Yep.
and then you would hit 3 outs, and it would go to the next inning. And then you do 3 outs again, and the 0 would pop up.
It won't pop up. So, and then I hit +1 inning, and it.
So you hit 3 outs after the run,
Yep.
and then you hit 3 outs again.
Yep. And if I hit +1, it's gonna add it to the first.
Then I have no idea.
Me neither.
Hit in a right center field. It drops for a base hit. Everybody was waiting to see if it would be caught. So it'll go as a single and an RBI for Jared Moore. Normally that would have brought at least a couple. But the center fielder, Clinton, looked like he might have a bead on it. And they had to wait to see if it would be caught. Down and away for a ball. Still nobody out. Five hitters, two of them have scored, three of them on base as Diaz chases that high pitch up and away. Hit on the ground to short. They get the force at the plate. So the bases are still loaded, but now with one out. As Master made the nice play to brother Master. The Masters combined for the out at the plate. Hit foul. Right to the third base coach. Ortega hit a shot to center field that Quantum made a nice play on, but it got an RBI. It was a sacrifice fly, knocking in the first run. On the corner for a strike.
Yeah, you have to go all the way around to like where the main building is. That's right now.
Waved at that pitch for strike three. Kenny Moore will be the eighth hitter in the inning. He grounded out short to first as one trip. Swing and a miss. Palazzolo trying to stop the bleeding here. He walked a couple. One of them has scored. Way up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. Palazzolo one strike away from getting out of the inning. Moore one swing of the bat away from adding to a lead here for Tech. Waves at the pitch for strike three. They'll just tag the plate with the bases loaded. So back-to-back strikeouts gets Palazzolo out of the inning, but not before Tech gets a couple of walks, a couple of base hits. They get two more and they add to their lead. So we played two full in this Commonwealth Conference battle. Lynn Tech 3, Essex nothing. 9-1-2 for Essex as we start the third inning. Cam Ellis, the second baseman, is the hitter. Waves at the pitch in on the hands. Shoot, he's the right field, excuse me. I can't read my own writing. Just reaches for that, touches it, slaps it foul. Off to the left side.
Tech was 0 in the second inning.
Strike three call, good pitch. Tech got two.
Tech has 2.
Ben Compton has got the only hit for Essex. He led off the ball game with it, slapping a ball to third. He beat it for a base hit. Pops it up and out of play. He stole second and got stranded there. Missing wide for a ball. Slapped at that one. It was high over his head. Long run for everybody, out of play. Closest to it was Bryce Whitcomb, the left field. He had a long run off the line for a left-hand hitter. Had no chance to go get that. Hit the shot. Big hop. Nice play again by Diaz. Got a big hop. He laid back, waited for the big hop. Good strong throw over to Cuevas at first. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Jack Christensen, the second baseman, struck out swinging his one trip. Hit just inside the third base bag for a base hit. Takes a wide turn and it holds up. So a 2-out single by Christensen gives Essex their second hit. They've had a base runner in each of the 3 innings, but they've only been able to get as far as second base. Fishing wide for a ball. The runner takes off, high and tight for a ball. So everybody batting 1,000 with stolen bases. A hit, a stolen base, a walk, a stolen base, now another base hit and a stolen base. And Tech has been running as well. In for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Chris Master, the shortstop. High in the air to right field, over near the line. Moore drifts over to the line and makes the play for the 3rd out. So once again, for 3 innings in a row, Essex gets a runner on. They steal second base, and they're stranded there. Ortega has got a strikeout in each of the 3 innings, but he's still pitching a shutout. As we go into the bottom of the 3rd, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Lynn Tech. Edward Cuevas, Chris Tejada, and Bryce Whitcomb. They face R.J. Palazzola, who will be starting his 3rd inning of work. I thought I recognized the voice behind home plate. That's Rich Cowdell.
At the top of, sorry, they have 0. Maybe. Don't count your blessings yet.
Rich was a former, I believe he was a former principal at Marshall, the old Marshall. I refer to it as Easton Junior High.
We're at the bottom of the 3rd, right?
Yes. You got it.
Nobody even called me back. Tomorrow when you see Grace, you'll kick him.
Alright. First period class, I got it.
You tell him. Miss B said she's never doing this again.
Edward Cuevas was a strikeout victim, his one trip.
Are there any outs for us right now?
No, because it's the start.
It's just the start.
In for a strike on the corner. Waves at that pitch for strike two. Hit right back to the pitcher. Palazzolo over to McManus for the first out. Chris Tejada got a base hit, started that two-run rally in the second inning. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Low for a ball. Waves at that pitch. Hit right back to the mound again. Back-to-back plays by Palazzolo. 2 up, 2 down. In the third, Bryce Whitcomb drew a walk and scored the second run in that 2-run second inning. Whitcomb is one of those bats left, throws left. In for a strike. High for a ball. Little late swing, punches it past the Tech dugout. Strike 3 call, a little off-speed floater, catches the outside corner. So first 1-2-3 inning for Palazzolo and Essex. He does a nice job taking care of all 3 outs, 2 back to the mound and a strikeout. So we completed 3 here at Frazier Field. Lynn Tech holding on to a 3-0 lead over Essex. Jake Granada, the left fielder, will lead off the 4th inning for Essex as it's 4, 5, and 6. We mentioned Essex looking for their first win. They've already played one. This is the first game for Lynn Tech. High for a ball. Everything started a little bit early. St. Mary started very early. First part of the month, April. Hit solidly to short. Long throw across the diamond. The ball short hops. Cuevas can't come up with it. Granada will reach on the error. Cuevas gave it a good shot at first base, trying to short hop it. Went off his glove, so the leadoff hitter is on. As we mentioned, they've had a runner on in each of the 4 innings. Collins, the third baseman, grounded out short to first. And the runner takes off in with a stolen base. The beat goes on. Both teams have been perfect stealing. Essex has 4 stolen bases. Tech has 3. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Got his money's worth, but swung right through it. Missed inside for a ball. Strike 3 called on the corner. Good pitch by Ortega. Keeps his streak intact. He's got 1 strikeout in each of the 4 innings. Dan Master, the catcher, hits it foul off to the right side. He drew a walk. Hit foul again off to the right side up in the sheets. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third. So they finally get a runner to third base. They have first and third with 1 out. Sam Verrill will be the hitter. He's the DH hitting for Palazzolo, the pitcher. He hit a little soft pop to the second baseman. Here's 1 trip. Tech has shrunk the infield a little bit with first and third. We're probably going to see Master go to second base. He's already going. And I'm not sure why they're doing that. They had the out. They're leading 3-0. They had an easy out at second base. They try to throw the runner out at the plate, and it winds up Granada scoring on the error. Second error in the inning. Master winds up at third. They could have taken the out, give up the run, still lead 3-1, but have 2 outs. Instead, they try to throw the runner out at the plate. Off the third baseman, and that'll be the 3rd error in the inning. So with 1 hit, Essex is close to within 3-2. They have the tying run at first. Brendan McManus was called on strikes as 1 trip. The runner takes off. Out at second base. Diaz did a nice job. He shot hopped the throw and got the tag on Vero. So that's the first time the runner hasn't been successful stealing second. Low for a ball. So 2 outs now. On the corner for a strike. Just got a piece and fouled it back. So we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in for Essex here in the 4th inning. Slices it foul off to the third base side. Out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. On the corner for strike 3. Second time he's caught McManus looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but 3 big errors in the inning for Tech. We're halfway through the ball game. Essex coming back a little bit, helped out by the Tech defense. They get 2 in the inning to cut that Tech lead to 3-2. They did it with 1 base hit. 3 errors, 2 of them big in the inning. Five strikeouts in 4 innings for Ortega. Tech will have 8, 9, and 1 to face Palazzolo. He had some difficulty in the first couple of innings, but he's retired 5 in a row. And he's been involved in the last 5 outs. He struck out the last 2 in the second inning, fielded ground balls back to the mound to throw the runners out, and then struck out a hitter. So the last 5 outs have been 3 strikeouts and 2 ground outs back to the mound. Nathan Whitcomb, the catcher, will lead it off. He reached to the fielder's choice. He hit the ball to short with second and third, and the shortstop kept waiting to see if he could make a play on the runner at third. By the time he did, Whitcomb had reached first. The runner got back to third. The bases were loaded, and it cost Essex because the next batter, Giordano, drew a walk. That's the inning that Tech scored 2 to take a 3-0 lead. Essex got 2 in the top of this inning, thanks to some Tech shoddy fielding. Down and away for a ball. So Whitcomb, Dominic Giordano, and back to the top of the order, Jared Moore. Hit the shot again. Long throw across the diamond. They make the play. Good throw by the shortstop, Master. Not an easy play. He was almost on the outfield grass making that throw. Fishing wide for a ball. Solid shot, foul past third base. Hit back to the mound. Byron Garcia was that hitter, the last hitter, pinch hitting for Giordano. And now the top of the order, Jared Moore. In for a strike. Moore has singled and scored, singled in a run. So he's 2 for 2, scoring 1, knocking in 1. Popped up outside first base. McManus is there in foul territory. Second 1-2-3 inning, 8 in a row, retired by Palazzolo. All of a sudden, Tech bats have gone to sleep. We finished 4 here at Fraser Field. Tech now holding on to a 3-2 lead over Essex. Nine, 1, and 2 for Essex as we start the 5th inning. Way inside, chops it to the third baseman. That third baseman is Byron Garcia. He hit for Giordano and stayed in the game at third base. So Ellis is the first out in the 5th. 1 pitch, 1 out on the ground in the 3rd. Pitch was way inside. He had to step back a little bit. Just tapped it to the third baseman. Popped up in the air. Dropped by the left fielder. Everybody was saying, I have it. And it got dropped out in left field. Winding up at second base. Is Conton. He's the tying run. And for you young kids at home, that's good hustle by Conton. Hit the ball, looked like an easy out, but hustled and put himself in scoring position. But Jack Christensen, who was struck out and singled, and he fouls it back. So the center fielder came a long way more to try and get that. The runner had third base stolen. Christensen tried to bunt it. It went foul, and Conton will have to go back to second base. Hit foul again. Up in the seats. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout. Keeps his record intact, at least 1 in the first 5 innings. Chris Master, the shortstop, grounded a shot, fly to right. Hit to short. Nice play again. Big hop for Diaz. So again, they get a runner at second base. That's happened a few times. 4 of the 5 innings, they got a runner at second, haven't been able to score. The 2 they got, aided by a couple of errors by Tech. We'll move into the bottom of the 5th. Tech still holding on to that 1-run lead now. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Tigers. Palazzolo will start his 5th inning of work. He has borne down the last 2 2/3 innings. He's on a streak of 8 in a row retired. Retiring the side in order the last 2 innings and getting the last 2 in the 2nd inning by strikeout. Jordani Diaz walked and bounced into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded. They knocked the runner down at home plate, the shortstop. So Diaz will look to get it going for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th. We mentioned before, first game for Tech, second game for Essex. And right off the bat, Tech has got a lead game. In for a strike. Got a piece, fouled it into the catcher's glove. He chased a high pitch that was high and outside. Quickly, it's 2 strikes. And quickly, it's 3 strikes. Five strikeouts for Palazzolo. Didn't get one in the 4th, but he got 2 in the 2nd to make up for it. So he's averaging 1 an inning. Low for a ball. Ortega hit a shot to center field. Cotton took away extra bases, and it was important because there were 2 people on base. It turned out to be a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Last time up, he struck out swinging. So he's 0 for 1 with an RBI. So it's pitcher against pitcher here. Wide for a ball, 2-0. And he walks Ortega on 4 pitches. That breaks up his streak of retiring 9 in a row. Kenny Moore has grounded a short and struck out swinging.
Supposedly you can miss things.
The runner takes off, got a good pitch to run on, is in easily with a stolen base. Pitch down and in. So Tech keeps their streak alive with stolen bases. Essex had a runner thrown out to break their streak. Tech would like to get this run in and give him a little bit of breathing room. Nice stop by the catcher, Master. The runner takes off. Moore bunts it. They throw the ball out and hustling all the way in and scoring. They had the runner going. Moore got a perfect bunt down. The pitcher didn't look at the runner. He just went right to first base, and they wave Ortega home, and he scores. So it turns out to be a sacrifice and an RBI. Great hustle by Ortega to come all the way around. He didn't hesitate at all. And the pitcher didn't even look at him. He just fielded a bunt, went straight to first base, and Ortega just kept running and scored standing up. So he helps himself, gives himself a little bit of a breathing room. Edward Cuevas, the first baseman, is the hitter. Moore got the perfect bunt down. Hit foul back and up in the seats. Hit to right field. Long run for the right field. Over near the line. It bounces in for a base hit. Ellis was off the line for a right-hand hitter. And Cuevas just dumped it into right field. Chris Tejada singled and scored. Bounced to the pitcher. The runner takes off. Another stolen base. Tejada would love to get a base hit here and give Tech an extra run. Missing low. Nice stop by Master, the catcher. In for a strike.
It takes a second. We're like a delay. No, I'm not a master because I've already missed a couple of these.
Throw over to second base. Sliding back is Cuevas. The runner takes off going to third. Safe at third base. Close, but he beat the throw. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Up and away for a ball. The payoff pitch up and coming. Swing and a miss. He chased a high pitch. So it started with a strikeout and ended with a strikeout. But the walk was the most important product. The walk to Ortega, the stolen base, and then great base running by Ortega just took off as Kenny Moore laid the perfect bunt down. He scored all the way from second base. Tech has added to their lead. We finished 5 innings. Tech got another run in the bottom of the 5th. It's now 4-2. Tech on top. Jake Granado, the left fielder, will lead it off. He bounced to the pitcher and reached on an error. He scored the first run for Essex. That was the inning that Tech made 3 errors and got Essex back in the game at 3-2. Tech just added a run in the 5th to make it 4-2, and that's where we are as we start the 6th inning. Lined in a right center field for a base hit. He jumped on the first pitch. So with the hit, it brings the tying run to home plate. Collins, the third baseman, grounded a short, was called out on strikes. The runner takes off. In with a stolen base. Nobody stays at first anymore. You just automatically go to second. Only one runner has been thrown out, and that was an Essex runner. Fishing wide for a ball. Hit foul back up in the seats. Those foul balls used to go off the backstop, but now with the backstop virtually almost blown away, all those balls are going up in the seats. You could never hit a ball into the press box where we're sitting. Now you can. with the netting so far down. Way up and in. Collins, I think, just saw his life pass in front of him. Had a duck under that one over his head. That one goes to the backstop. So the tying runs are on base. Granada moves over to third on the wild pitch. First and third with nobody out. For Dan Master, he's perfect. Walked, singled, and scored a run. And we got a pitch runner at first. And I didn't catch his number, so I don't know who it is. Runner takes off, they let him go. So the tying runs are in scoring position for Essex here in the sixth. Popped up behind home plate. Whitcomb couldn't find it at first. It was playable. When he finally realized where it was, he couldn't get to it. So Master got a break. He gets a life. Just a little love tap. They'll make the play at first. Master will get an RBI. And the tying run is over at third base. Sam Verrill, the DH, popped to second and reached on an error. Tried to bunt and missed it. And it wasn't a suicide squeeze. It was a squeeze. The runner wasn't coming full blast. And good for Essex that he wasn't. Everybody bouncing around. Verrill finally asks for time and gets it. Hit in the air to left field, short left field. Off the glove of the left fielder. The run is going to score. On the play, Verrill will reach second base. He's the go-ahead run. As the game is now tied, and we're going to have Nate Clement will pinch hit for Verrill. He's hitting for the first baseman, McManus. So errors have really put a squash on opening day for Tech. In for a strike. They've been very charitable guests. Or hosts, I should say. Missing down and away. Down and away again. Single, a walk, a couple of stolen bases, a wild pitch, an error in the outfield. In for a strike. Up the middle for a base hit. The run's going to score, gets by the outfielder. Yet another error. Clement is going to wind up at third base. All of a sudden, it's Essex 5-4. And they got another runner at third with only one out as they take a visit to the mound. No, they had a play, the left fielder couldn't handle the ball, dropped it in the outfield. Now a base hit up the middle, brings in the tying run, but it gets right through the wickets of the center fielder and allows Clement to go all the way to third base. So they made 3 errors in the 4th inning to give Essex a couple of runs. They've made 2 more here in the 6th to give them a couple more. Ellis has struck out, grounded out to third. Still only 1 out in the inning. Clement goes to the bench. Danjou is going to run for him. In for a strike. Off the pitcher's glove. They only have 1 play at first. Ellis will get an RBI. That goes 1-4-3. Four runs in the inning for Essex, and all of a sudden they were down 4-2. Down a couple, now they're up a couple. Missing for a ball. Penquanton single, grounded to short, reached on error. Hit the second. They'll throw him out, and the inning is finally over, but not before Essex has wiped out the Tech lead. Getting 4 in the inning, 2 big errors helping out. They got 2 hits in the inning, but they got 4 runs. First inning that Ortega didn't strike out a hitter. The walk added to the inning. 2 big errors. And all of a sudden, Tech now has to make up some ground.
For Essex?
Yeah. Is it number 5?
Yeah.
Jack Christensen was the second baseman. He's now the pitcher.
Can you distinguish what the second baseman number is?
No, I can barely see them.
Alright, so now the 6 and then
1?
the 7 is about to start. And both innings and 7th and it's over. Yeah. So I'm asking if you want to do those last 2.
The last one, yeah. I'll give you.
Is that number 6? December 6th, I think. He just turned around. It's like the 6th.
7, 8, and 9 for Tech.
They both playing Sundays?
I don't know. Losing all that's no, it's two already. I'm saying two. Thinking it's just two points. Oh, that's what it is. I'll just also.
Giovanni Otoya, he went in to play left field for Whitcomb. He'll lead it off. So again, it's almost like free substitution. Clement was the pinch hitter. Donju went in to run for him. Donju stays in and plays second base. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. And McManus was the guy they ran for and hit for, and he's back at first base. I don't know how they do this. I haven't found out the key to keep your score of games yet. Because usually if you replace McManus with a hitter, you can't put the pinch runner that ran for the pinch hitter in the game in a different spot in the batting order. But I guess you can because they're doing it. Missing for a ball, the count goes full. Tech trying to get a base runner on to bring the tying run to home plate. Punches that one. That looked like it was ball four. That was way up and in over his head. Hit foul again. Otoya hanging tough. Hit in the air. Nice play by the second baseman. Donju ran a long way to make that play. Took a base hit away, and I guess I've been saying Otoya. I think it's an Giovanni Ortega was the hitter. I read that wrong on the roster. Hit foul off the catcher. Strike three called. Two away. This is Byron Garcia. He came in in relief of Giordano hitting for him, then went to play third base. Hit off his foot. Popped up to the second baseman again. So a 1-2-3 inning. All of a sudden, how quickly times change. Lynn Tech now down to their last 3 outs as we'll move into the 7th inning. Essex now leading Tech 6-4. Ryan McMahon will lead off pinch hitting for who is now the pitcher, Jack Christensen, as we start the 7th inning. Solid shot to the second baseman. Chris Tejada makes another nice play. Chris Mass to the shortstop. Ground to the short twice. Sandwiched in between, he flied to right field. Way inside for a ball. In for a strike on the inside corner. On the inside corner for a strike. Good pitch. Chop foul. Right to the third base coach. Waved at that pitch. He's going to wind up at first base. So Essex, unless there's a double play, is going to get 4 outs this inning. As he swung at the pitch, went down and bounced all the way to the backstop. Jake Granada bounced to the pitcher, reached in there and scored, singled and scored. And there goes the runner as they line it right to the right fielder. And as I said, unless they get a double play, and they got the double play. Master had second base stolen. He was all the way to second base when the ball was hit. Lined it right to the right fielder, Moore. So they don't get the 4 outs. I didn't get through saying they'll get 4 unless they complete a double play, and they complete the double play. So Tech has to go to work now. Christensen will come back in the game, re-entering, and start his second inning of work, trying to nail it down for Palazzolo. It didn't look like we'd have to bat in the bottom of the 7th, the way Tech was going. They led 3-0. Essex cut it to 3-2, but then Tech made it 4-2. And then that horrible 6th inning for Tech, where they threw the ball around a bit. Made 2 big errors in the inning. And it wound up 4 runs for Essex. And now Tech needs 2 to get back in the game. Tech will have 1, 2, and 3 to start the 7th inning. So they're down to the last 3 outs. Ortega pitched well enough to win, but he's on the verge of taking the loss. Jared Moore singled and scored, singled in a run, popped to the first baseman in foul territory. So he's 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. He's 2/3 of the offense for Tech. He'll look to get on to bring the tying run to home plate. Hit foul to the backstop. And I hope everybody's okay over at Manning Field. I see the ambulance and now fire department, rescue squad coming over to Manning Field. Hope somebody at the track is okay. Hit slowly to third base. They're going to have to hurry. They're not going to get him. He's got an infield hit. It's only the 5th hit for Tech in the ballgame, but it puts the tying run at home plate. Jordani Diaz has walked, bounced into a fielder's choice, and struck out swinging. Diving back at first on a throw over is Jared Moore. The runner takes off, easily in with a stolen base. But for Essex, you don't care about the runner at second base. The guy at the plate is the most important hitter. He represents the tying run. Pop straight up. Christensen, the pitcher. The hitter didn't bother to run. He should get a little talking to when he comes back to the bench for that performance. If that ball drops, they're going to throw him out because he didn't run. Benji Johns, one of the coaches, talking to the hitter, saying if that ball drops, you're in trouble and you're also embarrassed. Disappointed he popped it up, but for you young kids at home, you still have to run. Hit in the air to right field. Coming over, making the catch in right center field is Cam Ellis. The runner will tag and go to third, but that's really meaningless. Again, the big hitter is the guy at the plate. Kenny Moore grounded a short, struck out, laid down a perfect bunt, and Ortega, who hustled, came all the way around from second to score when they threw the ball at first and didn't bother checking the runner. He hustled in, scored standing up at the time, giving Tech a 4-2 lead over the head of Moore. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Tech has a pulse. They trail by a run. Edward Cuevas struck out, bounced to the pitcher and singled, dumped one into right field. Wide for a ball. One of the few times that Tech hasn't run. Moore is not the threat. He's only getting about a foot and a half off the bag. He's not getting any kind of lead at all. So he's not a threat to steal. He's the tying run. But there's 2 outs. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Regnan Naval is going to pinch run for Moore. Now you might see a stolen base. Up and away. Out at second base. They threw him out. The tying run gets thrown out trying to steal second base. And Essex comes back from a 3-0 deficit to get their first win. They're going to go to 1-1 as they're going to defeat Lynn Tech 6-4. A tough loss. 6-5, excuse me. Palazzolo will get the win. Christensen will get the save as he gives up 2 hits and gives up a run in the last 2 innings he pitched, but Tech comes up short. They had the tying run on, but it gets thrown out trying to steal second base. Tech got on the board in the first inning. Moore got a base hit, stole second. Diaz walked. A wild pitch had moved to Moore, went to third. Diaz stole second. A sacrifice fly by Ortega got the run and made it 1-0. In the second, Tejada single, stole second. Whitcomb drew a walk. A fielder's choice loaded the bases. A walk to Giordano got him an RBI and a run. And then Moore got a base hit. Jared Moore got a base hit. And it was 3-0 Tech. It stayed that way until the fourth. And 3 errors in the inning. A leadoff error, a stolen base, a base hit, another error, and then a third error. And Essex was back within 3-2. Tech made it 4-2 in the fifth. A walk to Ortega, stole second. Moore laid down a perfect sacrifice. They had the runner going. He kept running around third, scored standing up. Ortega, great hustle, made it 4-2. But then the horrible 6th inning for Tech. A leadoff single, a stolen base, a wild pitch, a walk, a fly ball dropped in the outfield, a base hit. The ball went through the wickets into center field. The runner went all the way to third. A hit off the pitcher thrown out by the second baseman brought the runner in for 2 runs, and that made it 6-4, and that was the game. 6-4 as Tech will suffer a very tough loss. They'll go to 0-1. Essex, we mentioned, will go to 1-1. For Tech, Jared Moore had 2 base hits, 3 base hits, scored 2 and knocked in a run. Jordani Diaz drew a walk, had some nice plays at shortstop. Ortega had an RBI sacrifice fly and drew a walk and scored. Kenny Moore had that sacrifice bunt for an RBI, singled in a run. Cuevas had a base hit. Tejada had a base hit and scored a run. Bryce Whitcomb drew a walk and scored a run. And Dominic Giordano drew a walk and knocked in a run. But it wasn't enough, as 5 errors in the ballgame cost the Tech Tigers as they led 3-0. Essex comes all the way back, and the final score, Essex 6, Lynn Tech 4. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.